welcome you into our WNBA studio here at CBS. Sarah Kustok, joined by Renee Montgomery, Debbie Antonelli. We are nearing the halfway point here of this WNBA season. Incredible one so far, but we've seen a lot of standout play, and so we're going to jump ahead and get to some of the predictions about the awards that we've seen so far. Let's start first with the newcomers and Rookie of the Year. Debbie, beginning with you, who's got your take? Who's got your take for Rookie of the Year to this point?
I feel pretty simple about this answer, and it's Paige Bueckers. I mean, she has delivered on every account. She's stuffing the right side of the box score, so it's not just points and rebounds. It's the way she makes the game simple, the way she plays. She's a mid-range jump shooter. She can make threes. She's good running the break. She's great finishing the break. So her, along with the other rookies on that team, make that an exciting team to keep your eye on, but I definitely think she's right now the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's PB with the J. PB with the J. I wish you guys could see this better, but this says PB with the J. For everything what she said, it's really that simple. Leading in most statistical categories. She came in with a high ceiling and delivered.
I agree with you, former UConn Husky as well. But I also think give some love to two individuals named All-Stars, Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron with the Washington Mystics. But I also think the fun part for me, you've mentioned all the numbers in the play, and you can see it in the eye test with Paige. I think it's also been fun to watch just how she's really bolstered the chemistry of that group. And you see how much her teammates have really bought into her personality. And hopefully, I think as you watch the season goes on, that continues to translate into wins and success for that Dallas unit. But overall, I do think she is far and away the front runner for that award.
Yeah, and Sarah, with Arike battling with an injury, Paige has had more shots. Most rookies come in and don't get that many opportunities to score, don't get that many times with the ball in their hands. I think they're going to continue to trend in the upward direction. I like what they're doing, and with Arike, when she's back and ready to go, with the way the young players have gotten enough reps, I think this is going to be a really exciting team to keep your eye on.
Speaking of exciting teams and those that are trending in the right direction, let's take a look at Coach of the Year and the impact we know that coaches have on different teams. So far to this point, Renee, who do you have as your front runner for Coach of the Year?
Ooh, it's tough, Sarah. It's tough just because, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are having surprise seasons, as we could call it. But I just think there's this thing that we have that's called greatness fatigue, and Coach Reeve has came out with this team and dominated. They're not the reigning champs. Like, sometimes we kind of forget and like, oh, yeah, of course Minnesota's playing well. They didn't win. That's debatable, however you are on that. But they are not the reigning champs. And so for Coach Reeve to now come back the following year, it's not said to say that you come back and everybody plays well, everybody's locked in the same, everybody's playing at that championship caliber play. But we just mentioned earlier all day that they are standing head and shoulders above everyone else. And so I don't want to have greatness fatigue. We do that with players a lot. I don't want to have that with coaches.
Yeah, they have all 5 starters back from last year, so I think that is part of the reason why we know they have that championship caliber mentality. I'm looking at a couple of coaches. I like Carl Smesko at Atlanta, but I also think Natalie Nakase has done an outstanding job with the Valkyries. She got a group of players that she got through the expansion draft, and she's done a fantastic job. Now, they're not just regular young expansion draft players, 4 of which have been former starters in the WNBA, and 2 have a title. So when you have that kind of hunger, you got a little edge about you, and you've got that toughness, you got all the skill set, and the way they play unselfishly moving the ball and the way they defend. That is a good coaching job to me to put them in a position to be in the playoffs.
I couldn't agree more. Natalie Nakase is someone who I've known for a very long time, a dear friend. But I also want to give the background of what she has done to put herself in this position. I think most notably we know her having coached under Becky Hammon with the Las Vegas Aces, a 2-time WNBA champion as an assistant coach. But she has put in the work. She was a walk-on and became a point guard at UCLA. She coached in the NWBL. She coached in the top. She was the first female coach in the top Japanese men's league. She spent 10 years with the Los Angeles Clippers before then coming to the WNBA. So I think you see a lot of that, too, in the nuances of how she's been able to coach and get this team the buy-in that you've seen so far.
You know, Sarah, I love that because I look at it like they have a group of players that are not on the scouting report, if you will, right? They all come to it from a different angle, and they've had to change their roles and adjust. And for her to be able to get that opportunity to take this expansion team to where she's been able to take it so far is really an amazing job. And I'm sure she wasn't on the scouting report when she
Yeah,
got started,
definitely.
so she understands it.
I mean, and to that point, then, if I had to do not the top coach because I really, so then at what year, this is a question I have for you guys, at what year does the top coach receive Coach of the Year? Because every year we could say that about a top coach. And it's a tough part for coaches because even in any league, I mean, even if it's college, Coach Ariema every year could end up being. So at what point does a top coach get Coach of the Year? Do they have to battle through adversity with an injury? Do they have to, or can they just recruit
and win,
get their players and win?
So here's a good one for you. Okay, we have MVP players and we have most improved players. Why don't we do the same thing with coaches? Why don't we have Coach of the Year and the most improved coach? Because we're really talking about two different things here, right? You're talking about Cheryl and the job she's done. 5 players returning, picked at the top, still at the top. I'm talking about most improved, right? Who has done what was unexpected. They were picked at the bottom of the league, and here they are having a chance to play in the playoffs with Natalie Nakase. So I honestly think that there's 2 awards here. I don't know why we don't separate it for the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, because
if
if this theory, then Kayla Thornton, because then you almost can negate what somebody has done. And then if that's the case, I mean, Carl Smesko, I think, if we're talking Coach of the Year, his team is actually playing better than Natalie's team. He has all the same things that has happened. Yes, they have a better nucleus, but this is a college coach coming from college, recruited 2 players to be on his team in free agency. The year before, this is a dream team that the year before was an 8-7 seed. It's not like this dream team is a top seed. So if that is the case, then you have a Carl Smesko whose team is actually playing better than Natalie's. And so that would be my,
and I feel so much it comes down to expectations. Like what are our expectations and then what's happening and how much credit go to the coaches and even to your point of, okay, you're about to play in the finals of all these coaches in the WNBA. Who do you want on the bench? Who do you want running the show? Who's the best coach in the league? So I think there's so many different conversations and layers to what that looks like, which makes it very challenging for voters.
Glad we don't have to.
I don't know. Start the campaign. Someone here at the desk has a little juice, I think. Midseason. Last thing, MVP. We're talking about MVP, MIP, what that looks like. Right now, if you had to put in a ballot, who's your MVP?
Well, I'm going with the top scorer in the league right now, Nafisa Collier. I have 100% confidence and belief in everything that she brings, who she is, the whole package on the floor, all of it, and the way she leads from the front. I think she is a tremendously skilled, hardworking, understanding of the game, and Defensive Player of the Year last year. She's got the whole package. I think she's the most valuable player right now.
Yeah, hashtag what she said, in a sense of Fee's the best player on the best team. And a lot of times that is hard for people to accept. When Asia was playing on the Aces and her team was #1 and she was doing exactly what Fee was doing, I was saying the exact same thing. The best player on the best team. And Fee is that. And it's not even just the best player. When you look at Fee and Fee as a player, she's a two-way player. Like we say that about so many guards, and we say that even about Asia because she leads the league in blocks, but Fee, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
So when we're talking about MVP and the impact as most valuable player, it has to be, in my mind, right now at this point, Fee.
Completeness. I agree. Yeah. I feel like I should have more things to add. I think the completeness, the total package, and also the leadership aspect and just how she's helped really continue, along with the entire group and the coaching staff, but integrate what that group has done. All right, we got you covered. Renee Montgomery, Debbie Antonelli, Sarah Kustok here with you. We've got you covered on CBS with your coverage for the WNBA all season long. We'll see you next time.